a straight certified banger. I love that song. I like the song a lot. Like I've been playing it nonstop all day.
That's the first time I heard the song.
Did you like it?
It was first listening was nice. I have to go back into it and just kind of listen to what they're saying. But yeah, it sounded sonically, it was nice.
Yeah, you gotta hear a song before you can actually listen to it.
Exactly.
Facts. I feel you. How you feeling, bro?
I'm tired and sweaty because I just got out of the gym.
Yeah.
You know, in the sauna. Got us in the sauna after the workout. Really good for you. Stupid good for you. So if you got access to the sauna, sit in there, man.
Yeah, you made me sit in the sauna one time, and I'm really not a sauna guy. I was in there dying though. Like,
yeah, I mean,
drinking water.
That's what you gotta do. You know, there's no way you're just gonna sit in there and just like not drink water. You're gonna die. You know?
Right.
But I mean, there's a bunch of studies talking about how, the benefits of it, and obviously you don't gotta sit in there for like hours, but like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, do your body some good. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely. My thing is just going to the gym.
Yeah.
That's the first part. That's my battle. It's just balancing life. So it's about making it a priority though.
For sure. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do it. Tired or not, you just gotta put yourself in there and work. And eventually, once you go, like after 2 weeks, you'll be kind of wanting to go.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you just gotta form the habit, like everything else in life.
Yeah, because like I noticed when you stop doing it, it falls out of habit. Like boxing, like I used to be, I'm going to boxing. Now I'm just like, I'm going to boxing. Because I fell out of the habit of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I still want to go to boxing. I haven't gone in a minute. But yeah, no, 100%. Like once you go, you're super hyped. But then once you slow down and you start doing other stuff, lose interest, and you're like, oh man, I haven't gone in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
At times.
But then you go back and you realize how much you missed. You feel me? So yeah, you just kind of got to keep at it.
Yeah, I owe Justin like $70, bro. Like
that's why I haven't gotten. Like, I haven't paid yet. I feel bad for just
me too.
Going.
Like, I want to wait till I get paid and then give him like, here's 2 months worth of stuff.
Here's like $100.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I owe, but
here you go. This is gonna cover like
2 months. Couple more months after that.
Buy a pop with that. All right, guys. So first thing we got lined up. If you're new to the show, thank you for tuning in. One thing we always cover is positive news. So right off the bat, I'm sure you guys heard about this, but we got to talk about it. A humongous shout out to the man named Robert F. Smith. Robert F. Smith, who paid off all the loans for all the graduates of the Morehouse College of this year. Now, if you don't know who Robert F. Smith is, he was a chemical engineer for Goodyear and Kraft before attending business school. He worked for Goldman Sachs. Am I saying that right? Sachs?
Goldman Sachs, yeah.
Goldman Sachs. Specializing in technology investments before starting Vista Equity in 2000. According to Forbes, he's worth about $5 billion, making him the richest black man in America. That is great. I'm surprised I never heard of this man before.
Shouts out to Robert F. Smith.
Hey, I'm telling you, he honestly could have just changed the whole generation. Because there are tons of people who graduate college who have these great ideas. They can never pursue their dreams or do what they want to do because they've been stuck behind with debt.
That's a lot of people. I mean, that's the majority of graduates.
Exactly. So this 200-something people that just graduated from Morehouse College, which I didn't know was an all-male school. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Morehouse, and there's an all-female school.
BYU's all-boys school too.
Yeah, but there's Morehouse has like a sister school.
Oh,
that's
okay.
like all women.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm gonna look it up because I definitely can't remember.
I got you. So while you work on that, now for those of you who don't understand how lucky the men of Morehouse are, let me explain to you why. For one, it's hard to find a job as a college graduate, and the cost of living is going up in the United States in a very fast rate. Here's a statistic for you. According to NitroCollege.com, Americans owe around $1.53 trillion in student loan debt to the government. Trillion. Like, that's all of us. Well, not me. I don't have any debt. But as a whole, Americans owe $1.53 trillion worth of debt alone. That's a ridiculous amount of money. Another fun fact for you. The standard timetable that it should take is 10 years to pay off a debt for a student loan for a 4-year degree. According to research, that 10 years has now become 19 years to pay off the debt. The average student loan debt is $37,000 and $37,172, and the average payment per month is $393. That's like a big chunk of rent. That's like insurance on a car payment.
That's a chunk. You gotta work overtime just to pay off your student loans.
Yeah, man, because I look at it like this. My 2 checks, let me see, 2 checks a month for me, $2,000. So then that's 3, oof. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully something like this can really spark greatness in the future because, like I said, loans can hold a person back from maximizing their potential in a really big way. So, big shout out to you, Mr. Robert F. Smith. Come and change my life. God, I see what you do for others.
Quick, just what I want to say on that. I think it's dope that he did that.
Right.
Like that's amazing, and I can't imagine how those 200 plus people must have felt.
Yeah.
You know, just hearing that news and having that weight just taken off your shoulders. Because I mean, like you were saying, that's just it's crippling. You know, and what it takes 19 years now to pay off student loan debt, and that's a good chunk of your life. You know what I'm saying? And like, but what I kind of think this sheds light on a bigger topic of this shouldn't be happening to begin with. Like, you shouldn't have to rely on a billionaire to pay off student loans just so you can get a fair chance at life after college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of people that go 4 years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, however, whatever you're trying to do in college, come out and they can't even get a job in the field. And it's like, oh man, well, I got to start paying on my loans, so they got to get a minimum wage job, and then they're stuck because they got to pay these immediately. You know, I mean, and that's just not how it should be. And obviously, I don't know the solution to that. I know there's a lot of solutions that politicians are throwing around there. You got free education. You got, you know, just kind of paying that all away right away and have everyone starts off new. But I mean, I don't know. This shouldn't be how it is. You know, especially the younger people.
Yeah.
You know, like, how are you expect people to get a fair chance in life, especially in America, where, you know, we're supposed to have this American dream and everything like that. But you go to college, like they say you're supposed to do, and you get out and you're already behind everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like, my mom's still paying on her student loans. She graduated way back. You feel me? So that's just, how is that really fair for the kids?
It's not. And honestly, like, it goes, and I think another reason why the topic's being brought up, which is what I love about our generation, we're so much smarter than the generation previous to us. One, because there's more information available. I'm not trying to say everyone behind us is dumb. But what I'm trying to say is we see these things that everyone done as tradition, go to college, buy a house, these things that were traditionally done in society. We're like, we don't have to do that. We don't have to go to a 4-year school and be waist deep in debt for the rest of our natural lives. Like, we don't have to do that kind of stuff. So that's one thing I love about our generation. We're making these conversations happen.
Well, it wasn't necessarily. I get what you're saying, 100%. But back in the day, it wasn't as hard. You know what I'm saying? To do that, like going to college, like you could, depending on what time you're looking at, you could work a summer job, and then boom, pay for your college tuition that year. You know what I'm saying? And not even have any debt. You know, so it just depends on what years you're talking about. But back in the day, that's really how you did get successful. Is you got a college degree, then you got a job in your field, you know, and then you could go on from there. But now, everyone has a college degree. It's not special anymore. You know, it's okay. What else can you give? You know, and I mean, yeah, you are right though. A lot of kids in this generation are just trying to find a different way, a different route, and to just be somewhat comfortable in life. You know, that may not necessarily be college. It could be trade school. It could be following your dreams. It could be so many things. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of people I feel now that are trying to find different ways other than just what they tell us to do. Go to college, get a job, work, save. You know, hopefully you can retire by 65. You know, which is obviously just not realistic at this point anymore.
Not even a little bit, no. Absolutely. Well, again, big shout out to you, Mr. Robert Smith. Now, our next positive point, we're going to talk about, this is actually really interesting. So there's a program called Styles for Kids. It's a program that teaches transracial families, and particularly families or people who are not black, who adopt black children, about black hair. Black hair is a staple in the black community. It's not any other kind of hair. It can be unpredictable. There's so much effort you have to put into it to upkeep and keep it well, keep healthy hair, because hair is a part of your health. If you have unhealthy hair, man, it's not a good look for you. So what this program does, based out of Chicago, they provide services at a salon, or they can come to you. Now, per the website, S4K provides hair care services and resources that build self-esteem, bring hope and friendship to help kids living in group foster care for communities at risk. So I think personally this is a really dope idea to educate other cultures, other communities on how to really care for hair.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, coming from a, what is it, transracial?
Correct.
Transracial family.
Correct.
I had my, you know, I guess, and that wasn't so much for me, but for my sister, I could definitely see the problems just because obviously my mom's hair is super straight. Sister's is not so straight at all. So, you know, I could definitely see the problems of just kind of dealing with hair, you know, in a transracial family. But it's awesome what they're doing, you know, just giving a chance, especially for people that are adopting families, you know, or adopting children, that, and clearly just wouldn't have any idea how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So them providing the service is just awesome. It helps the kids, you know, not feel so like ashamed of their hair. You know, it helps the parents be able to actually do something and, you know, kind of be a part of their kids' life in that aspect. You know? So I think it's great what they're doing. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, it's super cool. Next positive note we got up. So one thing we really got to cover on yesterday is two people's birthday. Two people, very important birthdays. One was Malcom X.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Malcom X. Now, born Malcolm Little, Malcom X is, to me, a testament of growth. We could sit here and talk about his, personality, his beliefs when he joined the Nation of Islam, how radical they were, saying, quote-unquote, white people are the devil, created by a scientist named Yaqub, that black people are a superior race, and that the destruction of white race is imminent, which are not my views. Which are not mine. But I think that the biggest thing we need to talk about when we talk about Malcom X is growth. That's one thing I really take away from. We know what it did for the black community, but Malcom X went from someone who was drug dealing, gambling, pimping, racketeering, and he went to prison, joined the Nation of Islam without these views, but yet once he left the Nation of Islam, not trying to say the Nation of Islam is bad, but after departing from the Nation of Islam, he changed his views regarding segregation of black people from white people. Because originally he wanted to segregate black people from white people. That's how much he hated white people. Once he went on his pilgrimage, which is a part of this religion, he was treated well by white people and then began to soften and rearrange his views deeply. Along with that, he also became a family man and a husband. So I think that no matter what race you are, black, white, Mexican, Asian, the true key to really understanding Malcom X is that he was about growth as a man.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that just shows how much can change if, for an individual that's in a situation, growing up in a hard neighborhood, whatever the case is, that just with the right opportunities that they could become something great. Look at Malcom X, like you were saying, he was drug dealing, just obviously not going down the right path in life, went to jail, and there he got the guidance that he could, that he can use to change the civil rights movement, and be a big part of that. So, just think about all the opportunities that these young kids could have if they just have someone there to be like, yo, like, you're better than this, like, you can do more. And Malcom X is, he's an icon for that, like you were saying, just growth, as a man, as a human being, that's huge, and especially the way his viewpoints were when he first joined to before he passed. It's just, you could see the change and just how his views have just grown for the better of all people, not just one single race. And I think that's awesome. That's awesome for real.
1000%. And to me, Jordan Lucas, was it Jordan Lucas or Jedediah? Remember when X died? Jedediah put out a tweet, and I don't remember it exactly, but essentially what he was saying was, had we killed Malcolm Little before he became Malcom X when he was in his 20s, we would have never seen the man that he become. And I think that his story is really testament to show how really goofy this whole cancel culture thing is. Because if someone is truly foul, we're going to get him out of here regardless. So this whole cancel culture thing is kind of silly to me, how we put so much emphasis on people making mistakes and we're going to get them out of here for it and all this other stuff. And obviously, like I said, serious stuff, okay, we get it done. But it's other stupid stuff where maybe a quote you may have said when you were like 12 years old, just trying to be funny on your Twitter or something like that. I think that really shows that, growth is necessary in life.
Super necessary. And like you were saying, obviously, if it's something super vulgar and it's out of pocket, then that's one thing. But if you're a kid, first of all, I hate how everyone, especially on social media, everyone always wants to be perfect. That's what they put out there. So if they can catch somebody else slipping, they're gonna jump on that, and dog them just so they can feel better than that person, especially if it's someone that's somewhat famous, but they jump at the chance to bring them down, to take them down off that pedestal. But to sit here and act like we all haven't said some just stupid stuff as kids, not even realizing what you're saying is trying to be funny or doing something, imagine if our childhoods were just documented, you know what I'm saying, on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. Like, I couldn't imagine the stuff I would have said if I was
I don't think I'd be on air.
9, 10 years old. That's what I'm saying. And now with these kids, and just how, not even just these kids, but just how everything is in your face, everything's public. Yeah, it's super easy to just cancel, for something that was done when that person themselves was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, the cancel culture is just so stupid in my eyes. And it's like you were saying, like, imagine if we did kill Malcolm Little before he became Malcom X. How different would life be for everybody? It'd be completely different. So you got to give people a chance to grow. You can't expect people to be who they are in their 20s, early 20s, or late teens. That's just not...
It's not feasible. It's not
at all. People go through things that change, and people go through things that change them when they're 40, 50 years old, so when are you ever really done evolving as a human being, I don't know, but you can't expect people that are and just trying to figure out who they are still, just trying to figure out what path they're gonna go down in life. Who are they really comfortable with being? Who their friends are. You can't expect them just to make the right decisions every time.
Right.
It's just ridiculous because I don't make the right decisions all the time. I know you don't. The people listening don't make the right decisions. So you just cannot sit there and act like, oh, I'm better than you. Even though if I went down in your history, I'm sure I could find some crazy stuff that you've done,
Exactly. Or things that you've experienced, you've been through that made you the person that you are. If we didn't grow and change as people, like, bro, this world would be gone already.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It's
man.
ridiculous. And a lot of people don't even want to look at, I feel like they don't take the time to put themselves in the other person's shoes.
Yeah.
They see someone, especially when it comes to like celebrities, like someone's just like going crazy, wild, and just doing just stupid stuff, saying crazy things, but they don't, and everyone's just quick to judge, but they never want to sit back and be like, well, how did this person grow up? Like what were they around and what molded them? Because I can't expect people to act like me, to talk like me, to say the things that I would say, because we didn't have the same life,
Right.
But you got people that, a lot of famous people, and if you want to talk about like hip hop, a lot of these rappers are coming from like not the best areas, but
True.
then you expect them just to, once they blow up, especially how quick he can blow up now without any type of media training, you expect these kids to just be perfect. That's just not realistic at all, because I know I probably wouldn't be perfect either if I went from broke to a millionaire in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be nuts. So you really got to give these kids a chance to breathe. And obviously, like you said, if they're just constantly just doing stupid stuff, then that's one thing. But if you can at least see them trying to change and become a better person, which a lot of these younger rappers are trying to do, then man, let them live, let them grow. That's for everybody.
Absolutely, they're the future.
Yeah.
We're the future of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when people, and it really kind of, sometimes, and I've learned to really bank on yourself and grow for yourself, but to other people, it could really be like, yo, like, I don't want incentive to grow. Why would I even try and grow if I know I'm going to get deep for things that I've been on before?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you're just going to be the same person you were when you were 20 years old.
Exactly.
Which I don't think anybody wants to be the 20-year-old version of themselves.
I don't even want to be 20-year-old me. I'm 22.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
For sure.
Crazy.
Now, the last thing I want to say to wrap up the positive segment, big, huge birthday shout out to you, bro. Happy belated 23rd birthday.
Thanks, man.
How do you feel, bro?
Old. My hips hurt, man. My knees are cracking every time I walk. It's ridiculous. No, but I feel good, man. It's part 3 of my Jordan year. I got one more year when I'm 45 of my Jordan year. So, I'm waiting on that to really go crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it feels good. I'm growing. I know. I feel like I've grown as a person from 22 to 23. Even though I'm obviously everybody grows, but I feel like I have my head on straighter. If that even makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I got a lot of goals I'm trying to accomplish this year. I guess we'll see where I'm at when I'm 24. Hopefully we're talking in a bigger station, bigger audience. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
A lot
think
of good
that
things
too.
gonna happen.
Hey, you gotta speak it to existence.
You gotta speak it to.
You gotta speak it to existence, baby.
Yes.
That's what you gotta do. So, man, I'm happy for you, bro. Like I said, you've been a real one since day one. Quick story. I remember one time. You don't remember this. We were in 8th grade. I used to get off on your bus to walk, and you had like the hangout house. You had the huge TV, the basement. I was like, dope. I'm gonna go over his house or whatever. And so I go over there, and like I'm trying to come inside. It's like I don't want anybody home right now. I'm like, let's just play games. He's like, I don't care. Like, I can do it by myself. He's like, but I don't want to be alone. I was like, well, I can be alone. You can mind your own business while I do my thing. It just get pestering. And then one day I like hit you, and you were like, I want to fight you. I'm like, no, you don't. And I was like, I want to fight you anyway.
Yeah.
And I called you out your name, and you were like, fight me then. I'm like, man, I'm just playing. I don't really want to fight
I'm
you.
just playing.
So, man, again, I appreciate you. You guys only get me for an hour. Well, a lot of our listeners we know. So you probably know me personally. You know I'm not the easiest person to be around sometimes. Definitely a headache. But I think for the big picture, I'm not that bad. So I appreciate you, bro. You've been with me through my ups, my downs. You joined me in my radio career. You call me on my BS 24/7, which I appreciate. Cause I definitely be on some bogus stuff sometimes, bro. But I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. We got to keep all of our friends on the right track.
Absolutely, 100%. All right, guys. Real quick before we go into the break, we're gonna get half of this done. But then when we get back from the break, we're gonna cover the other half of it. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. This is pretty crazy. The abortion laws in Alabama. This is absolutely like cuckoo. This is nuts. I couldn't believe it.
Pretty nuts, man.
Now, per Time magazine, the state of Alabama has passed the nation's most restrictive abortion law. The nation's most restrictive abortion. Oh wow, okay, Devonn. Nation's most restrictive abortion law. One with no exceptions for survivors of sexual assault or any medical need less dire than immediate death or substantial physical impairment or any fetal abnormalities that are lethal. 6 months from now, when the law goes into effect, a doctor who terminates a pregnancy at any point after conception could face up to 99 years in prison. That is absolutely nuts. Man. And I remember seeing this on social media, but I didn't get a chance to see it and verify it. Does that include birth control as well?
I don't think so.
Because if they're counting that as
though.
soon as the sperm, if your kids got any kids turning in, please turn off. But if when the sperm hits the egg, are they counting that as a viable life? Because by their
I think that's what they're doing. Like the minute
contraception, the instant of it, which is impossible to predict.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you even know that?
Well, what they're saying is it's determined after a heartbeat is heard, which is in a 5 to 6 week heart, which is at 5 to 6 weeks. But that's way prior to someone knowing that they're pregnant. No one knows they're pregnant within 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, you don't even show them.
No, it typically takes like 2 to 3 months prior to you actually knowing that you're pregnant.
Right.
So that law itself is just crazy. What do you think, man?
First of all, I don't even think. If you see the people that are making the laws for these women, they're all old white men. It's just like, bro, you can't. Who are you to make a law about a woman's body over something you're never going to experience? You literally are never going to experience having to go through an abortion, the mental toll. It's not like people are just like, I'm gonna go get an abortion. Like it's a serious topic, and it's done for various reasons. I'm sure there are people out there that are just kind of doing it just because they don't want the kid, and they're not being smart. But there's plenty of people out there that have, whether it's rape, incest, or just health reasons. You can't just carry the baby full term. Like there's plenty of reasons, and to sit there and make it illegal, it's just crazy to just have that control over another person's body. And then you're gonna give them 99 years, a doctor 99 years to possibly, if you give an abortion, like.
My thing is, why? Like, that's my thing.
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
If you really look at the grand scheme of things, it's so petty. It has nothing to do with anybody that made this law. If someone goes out and gets an abortion right now, it has nothing to do with me or you. Absolutely nothing. Unless that's my significant other or I had sex with that woman, that's nothing to do with me. So why are we so uptight about these millions of women that want to get an abortion? My thing is, if you're sitting here and you're going to force someone to have a kid, they might not be a good parent.
Yeah.
And you're probably making this child's life even worse. And you're going to perpetuate the cycle of unhealthy traits and toxic in the world.
Yeah.
That's one thing to think about. Two, if you have someone who is puberty early, 12, 13, and then they, God forbid, get raped, and now they have to carry this baby at 12, 13, and that's okay?
I mean, it depends. It's pro-life, but there's other lives. There's lives. The woman's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just the baby, I guess. And I don't know how bad that sounds, but I mean, like, it's a touchy subject, But I don't think that anybody should just be able to in control of another person's body. Like, no, you can't do that. It's like, why can't I? It has no effect on you. And I'd love to hear a female's perspective, a female politician's perspective, especially in Alabama, on the subject. Because clearly, like we were saying, it's all old white men that are making these laws, and it's just like you're so disconnected from the laws you're making. And it's ridiculous, man. It really is. And
I think that when you have older people who are politicians, I think they live by a set of rules where it's just like, we're going to follow this rule because this is what we want. This is going to be the way it is. That's it. Versus you have other people who think more common sense like. Like, hey, why don't we just do this because this actually works in life? We're not going to stick by this book that doesn't apply to everybody because not everybody fits this book. Not everybody can wear this shoe. Not everybody can climb that tree.
Exactly.
So why not just make it easier for everybody? Make the situation more flexible. I don't really understand it.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer to that, man. I just don't know.
For sure. When we get back, maybe you can find one, guys. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on 98.3.
To 98.3.
A big shout out to my boy Dwayne. I can't repeat everything he said because it's not radio appropriate, but he did make a good point to say that we're recapping the abortion law in Alabama, how ridiculous it is. And my boy made a good point to say that there are people who are going to start doing at-home abortions. And that's going to make things 30 times worse.
Yeah, so much worse. It's dangerous.
Oh my
One, you know,
God.
but that one, those are already happening. That's
Yeah.
a thing already. So I can only imagine how much more it's just gonna escalate. You know, because not everybody wants the kid. You know, especially if it's like rape or incest, like you were saying. Like, I couldn't imagine being a mother knowing that I didn't want the child.
Yeah.
Because of whether it was rape or incest, and then two, having to like birth that child and then raise that child. Like, I mean, how tough would that be for the mother? How tough would that be for the kid?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so many things that could just go wrong, and forcing someone to have a child and not even giving them a choice as to whether they want to go through with the abortion or not. I mean, I don't know. It's a super sticky situation. It's a tough topic to talk about. There's so many just small things that you could bring up that could change, you know, sway an opinion one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't agree with them making it illegal to do that. I really don't.
No, I'm just really trying to get for what I don't know, trying to increase the population. I just really have a hard time, why I think I'd be a bad politician. I have a really hard time fathoming how a group of people can make a decision for millions and think that you speak for millions. And I get it's a tough job as a president or politician or Congress. I just have a hard time grasping that, how you could ever do something like that.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I guess that's why there's elections. Not every election is 100% honest. You know, there's plenty of interference or uncounted votes that go into elections. So even that's flawed. But you know, I guess if you elect a certain person, and that person that is, you know, is obvious that's their job, is to speak for everybody else. But the thing is, not everyone votes on certain things. You know, there's plenty of votes that go on that people just don't participate in, me included. Mm-hmm. You know, so but yeah, it's a tough job, and the thing is, not everyone's going to support it. I'm sure there's plenty of people that actually do support that, and they're all for it. You know, there has to be. There has to be. You know, and obviously there's plenty of people that don't support it. But I mean, you're never going to get it 100% right. You know, but you need people to make the decisions, because you can't expect millions of people just to make decisions for themselves and not have chaos.
Right.
There'd be chaos. So it's necessary, but you know, I guess it really depends on the people that are making these decisions and what they're being driven by. You know, there's obviously there's people that are getting paid behind the scenes to put certain things in place. You know, so that could be a question right there. Like, are they doing it for the money that they're getting behind the scenes that we don't know about, or do they truly believe that this should be illegal? You know, why should it be illegal? I mean, and I don't know all the facts about this, so I can't really speak on it 100%. But I'm sure there's a lot more that goes into it that we don't know. Yeah. I'm sure they've had their reasonings for it, and I want to look into them and see what they had to say about it and why they think it's a good idea. But I still don't think I'd agree with them. You know, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy making that decision, especially when it will never affect you because you're a man and you're making the decision for millions of women, or at least the women in that state. You know, it's like, how could you do that?
It just doesn't make sense at all. So, all right, guys, real quick, skip that part. Let's go to new music. There's been a crazy amount of music been put out, really, on Friday. What all have you heard so far? So we got DJ Khaled, Life of Assad, Megan Thee Stallion, Fever. We got Igor by Tyler, the Creator, and we got and today it just came out, Purple Emoji by Tyler Sign and J. Cole. But what's some of your favorite projects that have come out recently? What have you heard?
Igor, Fire, dope. I really think it's dope. It's really cool to see where Tyler's came, or how he's grown as an artist from where he was to where he is now, and just the stuff he's talking about, just how the whole album's just arranged, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see that, and I think this album, you could probably put this up as an album of the year. I think it's really good. Like, there's no skips. You know, I think the features fit perfectly. It's just really good summer album for sure. Coda the Friend, dropped Photo.
I got some
that album,
fire, bro.
Bro, I'm glad he's getting some recognition. Gee, if you want a chill rapper that you can just kick back to and just vibe to, this is the guy. Coda the Friend. Kota the Friend. Just
fire, bro.
And he has bars too, like he can rap. So that's super dope. I'm really feeling that. Chance the Rapper, that single Groceries. Cold. Makes me want to dance. I heard him saying that this album that he's gonna release, every song is just a song that makes them want to dance. You know, that's the focal point of the album. So that's gonna be really cool to listen to when that drops. What else has come out hip hop wise?
Life of a Side is pretty good. One thing I like about Igor is just different. Like,
it's not a hip hop album.
It is, but he's not rapping like that.
Right.
And it's so different than the norm. But one thing I love about Tyler the Creator, that he's his own person. He's an individual. There's nobody else that sounds like him. Nobody else is trying to be like him. He's just undoubtedly him. And he, like, the way he expresses it in terms of visualized as an artist, is what I love about Tyler. Like, you can tell he puts time and craft, and he uses so many different kinds of sounds and incorporates so many different things into his music. It's so dope. You can't box Tyler in.
Not at all. Yeah, he's not trying to fit a mold. You know, he is his mold. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you can tell with this album, and if you just listen to the previous albums, you know, like it's never just one where it's like, yeah, I'm expecting this from, you know, I know it's gonna come from this next album, because I had no idea it was gonna come from this album. I even saw like a little like release he said he's basically saying like, when you just go into this, don't expect anything. Don't expect a rap album. Don't expect anything. Just go in, just jump, you know, and just listen to every song through. And that's what I did, you know, and I'm glad I did that, because it wasn't life changing, but it definitely was just like, man, it was beautiful. It's beautiful. I think that's the best album that dropped last Friday. Out of the group of albums that came out.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna agree with you. Life of a Side is okay. Off our first listen, I gotta give it a second listen. It don't sound terrible. Usually we hear DJ Khaled, big banger, big anthem, stuff like that. I don't even know how I really feel about Khaled though.
I don't listen to a lot of Khaled out. Like, I listen to them when they come out, because I mean it's all features. That's what it is. You know, just to see what I'm feeling. There's a couple songs on there that are pretty nice, you know, but I've never been a big fan of Khaled albums. I don't know why. I just feel like I don't know. It's just never been for me, you know. But I know they're super popular. Like, especially in the summertime. He's got summer bangers. Gotta get the Justin Bieber song out there. You know, that's a classic. But I mean, he does have that one song, Higher, with Nipsey Hussle, which I think is dope.
It's a nice song.
Especially, you know, after the really untimely passing.
R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely gotta listen to that another time, just to pick out the songs I do like. Most of the time, I don't like them all. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the same way with this one as well. But I know there has to be some bangers on there. There has to be. So I'm gonna listen to that again. I saw you listening to Megan Thee Stallion, Fever.
Man,
I haven't listened to that yet. Is it good?
It's nice. I can't lie. Am I a big, huge fan of it? No, but at the same time, it does what it can for me. And one thing I gotta speak.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir. I have learned how to listen to music better. I've always felt, and you know this, I've always felt like if it wasn't what I liked, then it's garbage. It's really not. I'm learning to step outside my comfort zone and like songs that may not be super deep and super lyrical, have a lot of meaning. All of this essentially is just rapping about sex, money, partying, shaking booty, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I did kind of enjoy it. I did find myself getting a little bored the more I got through on the second listen, because it's just like, all right, like, this is it. But at the same time, you know, I gotta realize what it's here for. It's for a party album. And I'm meant to only like this. I'm not meant to love it. I'm meant to just like it. Because that's what the purpose that it serves. So it's okay. It's not terrible. It's okay. The song with the baby is hard.
I'm sure it is. That's what I plan on listening to. But like you were saying, there's a time and place for all types of music. You know, like it doesn't have to be super lyrical. You know, with the boom bap beats and this and that, just for it to be hip hop. I mean, there's plenty of different feelings you get from music, you know, so you can't just want one thing and only look for that, because then that's one, you're a pretty boring person if that's the case, you know, because if you only accept one sound, it's like you don't even want to experiment with anything else. But like you're limiting yourself to so much, you know, by just refusing to accept anything else, you know, when it comes to a genre, whether it's hip hop, alternative, you know, pop, indie, whatever. Like go outside your box. Like, listen to something else. You know, if you hear an album popular in another genre, like, throw it on. You might actually really like it. You know, but if you just refuse, and you know, you're missing out on so much that could change your life possibly. You know, so you just kind of gotta dive in.
Yeah, I had this conversation with last night. Actually, at the group review we had. Shout out to those boys, LB Pimp, JP, Killer Mod, Zaby Stone. Big shout out to those boys. I was having a conversation with Pimpin' about, you know, music and how that when you put yourself in a box and how essentially, you know, how swag rap is kind of dying a little bit. and
Yeah.
how, you know, we had the conversation about how when you rap about money, drugs, sex, and that's all you rap about, and popping guns, all this other stuff, that sounds like everybody else. And that how you can differentiate yourself from the pack if you really want to get your sound out there.
Mhm.
And it was a really interesting conversation. And from that conversation, I kind of learned that, and everyone's been telling me this. Sometimes I've heard things multiple times. Is that really there's gonna be a place for everything, but is it gonna be at the forefront?
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%.
what's gonna be popping, what's not, and from a person who loves art, as much music is like art, really intricate songs. Like for example, Tyler the Creator. There are people who are just rappers. There are people who are artists. Tyler the Creator is a artist. It's different.
Yeah.
So, you know, I look at stuff like that, and I appreciate art because it evolves. And I
Mhm.
realize that I'm more of a fan of art than I will be ever just someone who's a rapper. If that makes sense.
No, I feel you, and I can relate to that because I've been finding myself lately with these every Friday when there's just a bunch of albums dropping.
Yeah.
There's a couple hip hop albums that I really want to listen to, and I've been looking forward to. And then there's obviously when you go on Apple Music, you just kind of see a bunch of random artists, that have dropped stuff, and I check them all out. I just see its features, what it's looking like, and stuff like that. And I'll play them, and I find myself a lot of the time it's just like, all right, I'm talking about the same thing that it's the same thing,
Yes.
but whether it's shooting and robbing, drugs, sex, whatever the case is, it's like, all right, cool, like I just want to listen to something else. So I find myself now like going to just other genres just to hear something new, hear something different, because I'm kind of tired of just people talking about the same thing every time. It's like, all right, man, like I get it. Like, is there anything else that you can talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that again, but that's what makes real artists and rappers stand out from just the rest of the pack, because there's a lot of people that are just riding waves at this point, because trap rap's hot, so they're just trying to jump on the wave. But then you got artists like you were saying, Tyler the Creator, that you never know what to expect from this person, and they're always changing, always evolving, and it's exciting to listen to an album because you want to see what they're doing next, But there's plenty of people out there that are just like, okay, I know what he's gonna be talking about this album. If anything, I'm listening for the beats more so than just the content of the songs, because it's the same content in every single song. Literally every single song is the same, just said differently. You feel me? So like, I've just been trying to find different sounds, just trying to switch it up a little bit, because like you're saying, it's just kind of boring at a certain point.
It is, and that's how I feel. Like I was thinking about this Megan Thee Stallion, for example. I do like her as an artist. I've definitely changed my opinion on women rapping about primarily sex and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, her mixtape prior to this one, I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna find that. I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to that. Look, Megan Thee Stallion right here. Tina Snow. I enjoy it. It's fun to listen to. It's like, dang, all right, like this is hard, but I just know that as time goes on, am I really gonna want to listen to this again? Like I look at it like back in the day, we had Hot in Here, we had we had all that stuff, which are great songs.
Classics.
But do they still live? Like when you talking to people who were listening to music way back then like that, they're gonna talk about the Black Album, Jay-Z's album. They're gonna talk about great bodies of work, the Carter 4 versus those singles. And it's because art that you build and you develop lives longer than any type of single or banger that you put out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, art's always gonna stand out and last longer, and be the classics. You're gonna have like the nostalgic songs, like you were saying, like Hot in Here, where when it plays, you're like, oh man, like, I haven't heard this so long. But like, it's not something they're gonna be playing back to back and back. It's like something that's gonna stand out. So if you really and you can tell when artists really, take the time to put effort into albums instead of just pumping out the same thing just to make money. But like if they're actually like sit, make sure that the production's nice, the engineering, the lyrics, the features and everything, and then once the album's done, it's a piece of art, that you can tell the difference in that. And I think I really appreciate when artists do that. That's why I don't trip when an artist may take like a year or two to come out with an album, especially if they're just working on it, making sure it's perfect up to their standards. I'd much rather wait a year, 2 years for a great album from an artist than a mediocre album every year, every 6 months, because I'm like give me something that you've actually worked on, don't just give me your throwaways just so because people are gonna listen to them, and you're just money grabbing at this point, I'd much rather just listen to someone that's putting in the effort,
and sometimes it's about the attempt. I was having this conversation the other day with my boy Javi. Shout out Javi. I posted a clip what we said last week about Logic and how, we feel that he doesn't get a lot of credit because of the fact that he looks white.
Right.
And he was saying how, how a lot of Logic fans feel. They feel like he kind of sold out because he made everybody. which a lot of people didn't like. I mean, personally, I wasn't really feeling it, which I
Yeah.
understand, but, you know, I think that one thing I like about Supermarket, the other album that he put out, is that it's an attempt at something different.
Yeah, it's
You
something
know,
different.
it's attempt at something different. He's not trying to box himself in, because I was having this conversation maybe with you or somebody about artist evolution, and, you know, are we going to continue to get the same thing? What's going to be different? Like, what exactly is going to happen? So
Right.
when he put out Supermarket, I feel like he's doing his best to not box himself in.
Yeah, man. I mean, Supermarket. When I listened to it, I was expecting hip hop, because that's just what I've heard from him.
Right.
But it's not. It's not even in that category. Like, literally, it's like, I think it's like alternative, you know. And I thought it was pretty nice, you know. Like, there's a couple songs on there that I have downloaded on my phone, but it's something different, you know. And like, you know, exactly like you were saying, like, he's not putting himself in a box. I was actually just listening to Last Call by him on Young Sinatra 4, and he was saying how, you know, at the time he was working on like 3 different, you know, mixtapes and albums, and he was acting, writing, so he's just doing different things and just trying to evolve as a person, as an artist, and that's what you should be doing, you know, as an artist. You know, you shouldn't just be doing the same thing every single time. And there's plenty of artists that you can probably rattle off right now that at least try to do different things. I know J. Cole with KOD, that was, you know, that was different from what he has been doing. You could easily bring up Kanye West, Kid Cudi, like these artists that are taking risks, and they don't always work. You know, not every risk is gonna. I think we've had this conversation before. I think it was over text though, where like a lot of people get mad at artists for trying something new and it's not sounding good. But I mean, like, you know, not everything's gonna be a hit.
Right.
You know, not everything's gonna be 100%. You know, sometimes they're just gonna put it out there to see how people react to it. You know, but these artists are human beings at the end of the day. You know, and not everything they're gonna make is perfect. But you can at least appreciate what they're trying to do. You know, evolve as a person themselves. You know, and if you just kind of sit back and actually listen, there's probably some pretty good snippets at least in the songs. Not every album you have to listen to is gonna, you know, like every single song. There's plenty of albums from my favorite artists where I'm not gonna like every single song. You know what I'm saying? That was loud.
Yeah, well.
But I always appreciate when an artist, you know, kind of goes out the box and doesn't allow themselves to just be typecasted, you know, and just try to do different things, regardless of whether people really like it or not, you know. Because at the end of the day, it's their life, it's their art. They can do whatever they want with it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just here to soak it all in.
I completely understand. Looking forward to that Chance the Rapper album. It's been a while since we really got a project from him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. The singles he released a few months ago, was last year. God, I can't think of the names of it.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, the 4 tracks?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Those songs, I pretty much liked all 4 of those songs.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I like Chance the Rapper, you know, I like what he does. So I'm looking forward to it, for sure. I have no idea if those 4 songs are going to be on this album.
I hope not. Like it's not an issue. It's just like I would love. I mean, I've already heard these songs. Yeah,
I get you. Bro, I hate when like the artists will release like 3, 4, 5 singles and then all those things are on the album. It's like, bro, I literally already heard half this album. Like, just drop one single, and then everything else is a surprise.
Yeah.
Man, I hate that so much.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, I hope this 4 different tracks.
No,
like,
for real, because that'd be 5 singles he's dropped for that album.
It's probably gonna be 12 tracks long.
Yeah.
So that's
like,
only
right,
60
so
songs.
like,
That's boring.
super boring.
That's super duper boring, man. But last thing we got NBA playoffs, man. Updates looking crazy. I didn't think Golden State would be whooping up on Portland like that.
I didn't think so either. I'm sure you heard about
His ribs?
separated ribs.
Yeah.
So
Ow.
I mean, obviously that's not easy to play with. I can only imagine how painful that is. But
Yeah.
he's probably like on super strong pain meds. Or something.
yeah.
Because I couldn't imagine myself going out there and playing to my full capability. And I mean, he's not, obviously. I mean,
Right.
you've seen the way he's played. I mean, he's not his regular self. So yeah, I wasn't thinking that they were gonna smack him like this either.
Yeah.
Hopefully something can happen, but right now it's looking like it's gonna be a Golden State getting back to the finals again.
Yeah, but I mean,
You know.
no one has ever come down from 3-0. Portland's they're hurt. Nurkic is out. Dame's got some separated ribs, which
Yeah.
is crazy to
It's
play
just,
with.
it's a bad situation that they're in right now. I wonder if they were all 100% healthy, how different this series would
I've
be.
been saying that.
They would at least have one win under their belt, at least one.
Because if Nurkic was playing, they would have beat the booty off of Denver.
Mhm.
Because their guard play outplayed Denver regardless.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So they would have beat Denver if they had Nurkic.
yeah.
That's for sure. So now they go in. Plus, Golden State really doesn't have that much size right now.
Exactly.
You know, they added DeMarcus, they're out KD. That's too good for that's two like main defenders for the inside. So the fact you don't have that and Nurkic gets buckets, it's like, what are you really gonna do?
Exactly. You know? No, I'm excited to see how they're gonna come back, bounce back next year.
Yeah.
Healthy, and I think they're gonna be just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
You know, so it'd be nice to see them in the Western Conference Finals again. I'm assuming against Golden State. However, free agency, you know.
I think they're gonna get somebody this summer. Because
Portland's gonna get somebody this summer.
If I'm a big name player, if I'm a super talent, if I'm an AD, I'm a Paul George, or whoever's a free agent, I'm looking at Portland. I'm like, oh, that's a nice lineup you got over there.
Yeah, I mean we've mentioned this every time we talk about Portland.
Every time they need one more piece, bro.
It doesn't happen.
It makes me so mad, bro. And I've been to Portland. Portland's a great place to be, but they need one more person, and it's over. And I'm saying this now, maybe because Nurk was hurt, maybe if Nurk wasn't hurt, then maybe a different story. I don't know. They get one more piece, bro. It is over. I'm telling you. If it's AD, oh man, I don't want to hear nothing about Golden State.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be AD. It'd be nice though.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but yeah, they really just need one more person, and I don't even know what it is with like the big markets, because you're gonna be making money regardless. I mean, even look at how, you know, just the media's been going crazy ever since the draft picks have been released. You know, with New Orleans getting number 1. Everyone is saying, "Oh, Zion should just go back to school so he can go to New York." It's
I don't think you can do that anymore though.
I have no idea, but it's
once you hire an agent, you're officially professional. So I don't think you can do that anymore.
It's just crazy. Like, just let the man go to one. That'd be a crazy team, especially if Anthony Davis ends up staying. That'd be nuts, you know. But like, you really gonna expect someone to go back to school just so they can play in New York when the team is trash? Like, the team was trash. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you'd rather go to a trash team in a big city than a contending team in a smaller city, I guess. You know, I'd much rather win with a smaller city than be trash in a big city. Personally, that's just me, but. You know,
100%.
Now, how do you professional?
Yeah. How do you feel about Milwaukee and Toronto?
I wasn't expecting Milwaukee to be playing not to be playing like they have been, but I wasn't expecting them to be up so much. But Toronto did get a win yesterday, so that's good. I still think it's a pretty long series. What is it right now? Like
it's 2-1. 2-1.
2-1. Okay, yeah. So we've seen plenty of series like this. I think it can still go 7 games. I hope it does. It really depends on how Toronto plays. I mean, obviously Kawhi's gonna be Kawhi. You're not gonna stop him. And I do know that he was on Giannis a little more last game, which and Giannis was not playing. Not that he wasn't playing well, but he wasn't playing to his regular Giannis. So you know, so if they put him on Giannis more, I could possibly see Toronto pulling out some more games. But then that's a big load you're putting on Kawhi on the defensive and the offensive.
And he's already hurt.
Exactly. So it depends on how Toronto's going to play these next 7 games, but they really need to be on their A game to beat Milwaukee, because you can't rely on Kawhi to win all these games. You just can't do it.
Correct. But all right, guys, fortunately we got to wrap up. Where can people find you at?
All social media is the type of my name, Pierce Anderson, Pierce. I will pop up. What about you, man? Have you fixed?
No, I gotta make everything one. I'm doing it today. I need to do it today. So, Instagram at DevonnAlan, Twitter at DStreets815, YouTube at In School Detention, Facebook Devonn Overstreet, and Facebook at In School Detention. And of course, you can find me here every Monday, 5-6 p.m. here on 90.3 WRLR. Thank you. Have a good day.
Listening to 98.3 FM, WRLR.